yes, indeedy. We got the first big matchup between the two big teams in the NFC East. This is football, of course. We're talking about the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles, the defending NFC East champions. This home game for the team this week will be for the Philadelphia Eagles. So Dallas will have to travel to Philadelphia where they're comfortable. I say they're real comfortable in Philadelphia. We'll get to the reasons behind that in a second. But Dak Prescott, that leads to Dak Prescott and his dominance over the Philadelphia Eagles over the time he's been in the position for starting quarterback for Dallas. His record now in total is 8-3 with a completion percentage of 67.5% and 250 yards a game, 19 TDs versus only 8 interceptions. And his team usually scores around 26 and a half to 27 points. That's pretty impressive. This is pretty impressive. Now, I am happy. It's just two thoughts here. I'm happy that the media has finally caught on board with Dak Prescott's dominance versus the Eagles, number one. Number two, though, I will say on the flip side of that, now that everyone is privy to this information now, it can kind of be a jinx to my team, which I don't want at all. But let's get to the matchup in general. The matchup is going to be really good between the two because they know each other inside and out. And there's going to be a lot of bragging rights and so forth. My expectations are the same as they were before. They are the same as it was when I sent my last message to you guys saying that they shouldn't be taken seriously anymore, talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Watch that video and you'll see why I said that. But these matchups I'm used to. Dak Prescott plays very well, not just against the Eagles, but the whole entire NFC East. So, I expect him to play well. Whether we win or not is another subject matter, another discussion, but I expect him to play well. Now, this is in Philadelphia, so it's going to be a tough one. It is the first matchup of two because we're going to play them again in another 2 weeks. This time it'll be in Jerry World. So, it's important to get these victories because it's going to come down to our matchups against one another and it's going to come down to our overall record in the NFC East. So it's important to get these victories if you can. So that being said, I expect Dallas to play tough. I expect them to play um, how they normally play against the team, the Eagles. And Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has been hurting as of late. A lot of people are saying his poor play as of late has been because of ailments that he's dealing with that is being undisclosed at the moment. But you know what? No excuses. Dak's been hurt plenty of times, and he came back from injuries, and he was expected to play great. No excuses for Jalen either. If he's hurt a little bit, hey, he's playing. Just like Shannon Sharp said, if you're out there, the fans aren't expecting any excuses. If you're out there on the field, they expect you to play at your best. And if you can't play at your best, then maybe you should sit down. So he's struggling at the moment because a lot of things have changed up. They have a different offensive coordinator. So that I'm sure that plays a little bit of a part because the offensive coordinator is now coaching the Colts, and that guy seems to know how to coach football on the offensive side of the ball. So I think his absence is playing a part with Jalen Hurts. And you know what? Give the league some credit. They're catching up a little bit. They have tape on the guy. So it's only natural for his numbers to come back down to earth because that's what the league does. They get tape of you and then they study it in the off season and then they find out or they find ways to slow you down in the following season. I mean, this is standard stuff. So, he'll be all right. It's a long season. But, the Philadelphia Eagles do have a tough road ahead, with the Chiefs coming after this and Dallas coming again. Pause. I mean, it's going to be very exciting to see how this season ends and how these matchups ultimately decide who wins the NFC East and get that first bye. So, yeah, I expect the Cowboys to play well, and I expect them to at least be in contention of winning the game. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Other than that, again, I'm not taking anything seriously. It's NFC Championship for me or bust. Like I said, 12 win seasons, 12 plus win seasons is cool. It's a nice little placard, but it's not. Um, it's like a participation award at this point, and I want to see real progress this year, Gerald. So yeah, let's see if we have a good game. Let's see if we can carry that momentum on to the next game with the Eagles and further on beyond that.